Hi, and welcome to Wisdom from the Angels. Happy, happy, happy New Year. And I hope everyone is staying healthy and safe. Welcome back. We're going to get into the High Vibe Weekly reading in a moment, but I just wanted to welcome everyone. And I'm excited about 2022. I know you've heard a lot about what the numbers mean. And in angel numbers, it is probably one of the most harmonious set of numbers that's out there if we just take the 222. So get ready for a harmonious year if that's in your plan, and a great deal of peace is coming to a lot of people. All right, so if you're new to the channel, please hit the bell below so you'll get an email notification of new videos as they're uploaded, and also hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, welcome, 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 welcome back. I'm going to do a special shout out to all the people who sent me donations. I am so grateful and thankful to each and every one of you. And to those of you who sent donations, I'm going to also give you a special shout out when I use the decks that I purchased. I'm waiting for one more deck to come in. I'm going to do an unboxing on the channel, and I'm also going to then shout out to those people who sent in donations that allowed me to bring in new energy and new decks, new information, new guidance, new insight. Alrighty? Okay, so anything you need to know about me is in the box below, and I do have workshops that are coming up, and I'm going to put a separate video out about that later this week. All right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the first high vibe reading for 2022. All right? As always, let's start with clearing the energy. Let's move it away from everything so it can really clear the energy. Okay. I don't know what that was. One of the subscribers asked me in a question, separate email, they asked me, well, when you're ringing the bell and you do it 3 times, what are you thinking? I'm saying in my head, thank you for all the love, and I'm breathing out fear. The next one, thank you for all the peace, and I'm breathing out fear. And the last one, thank you for all the joy, and I'm releasing all fear. So you can come up with your own mantra if you'd like, and do what is best for you. But stay in the, try to stay in the energy of a high vibe situation. What is that? Where you're feeling powerful, where you're feeling enlightened, where you're feeling like so excited about life. And the reason for this is, that's where we're headed on this planet. Now, outward, it may not look like it. It may look like a lot of chaos is going on. It may look like a lot of fear-based things are amping up. Here's the deal. Fear cannot exist where there is love. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Fear cannot exist where there is love. So as you're seeing these things come out, just keep sending out love in whatever way that works for you. And keep sending love, sending out love. Just keep sending love. And understand, everything is going to work out. You are not alone. You are not alone. You may feel alone, but you're not alone. And you always have the angels to call upon. You have an amazing support team. You have friends in high places. Use them. All right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the reading. Okay, so today we're going to start out with the high vibe energy. Okay? And then we're going to go into a little bit more of the reading, a little bit more energy. We're going to do an abundance card pull as well. Okay? Because this is a year where you can manifest the life you've always dreamed of, along with the help of the universal code, which is the year, the number of this year, 2022, and the energies of the planet right now are very much focused on bringing us our dreams. So whatever you've been dreaming about, whatever you've wanted more of, it's saying this year it is very possible that those things can happen. And don't let anyone tell you that your dream is not worthy or that it doesn't make sense. It may not make sense to them. As long as you are committed and you are working in integrity and you're allowing your individual sovereignty to come through, you are going to see a real shift. It may mean detaching from some energies, which can also be relationships, situationships. It could be detaching from jobs or detaching from the drama. I'm hearing a lot of that that's coming through. And allow yourself to just really get back in touch with your heart. What's on your heart? How are you feeling? Is your heart at peace? Is your heart feeling joy? Is your heart sort of going into a fear-based place? Remember, whatever emotions you're having in your life are going to affect your body. So invite in the really positive, high vibe ones, okay? And we've talked about what the high vibe feelings are. Now, granted, keeping yourself at a high vibe level 24/7 may not be possible. But you can always, when you feel yourself going off the road or things are going off the rails or your calm is being affected or you're starting to feel like this does not feel peaceful, I don't like this. When you start to feel like that, bring yourself back. This year, we're going to become the masters of our emotions. What does that mean? That no matter what's going on in the exterior world, it is not going to affect us. We can look at it, we can observe it, we don't have to absorb it. And that includes other people and their drama. You know, we have this thing now in technology where you can block people and, you know, they call it setting boundaries. It's also a way of being emotionally immature. It's also a way of not having those important conversations. And it is a way of, yes, it's a way of setting a boundary. But as you set a boundary, remember, the other person has that opportunity as well. And while they may not discuss their boundary with you, you may discover later on you don't like the boundary they set. Okay? Because it may be very different than they've ever done before. We've got some really interesting cards coming out. And there, oh, wow. That is, we're going to get into this in a moment. Let me just pull the abundance card, okay, and see what we have. So we have, wow, okay, lots of numerology here on the table. Lots of numerology here on the table. And let's just get into this. Spirit, show me, show me. Take the bottom. Okay. Powerful, powerful, powerful reading already. All right. First card up, number 18. Remember numerology, and I talk about numerology and astrology on this channel because all of these are tools. These are divination tools that you can use to help support your everyday life. Now, you may not believe in them. You may not think, oh, I don't know how that works. You may be skeptical. I would say keep an open mind and an open heart because you can learn, and if you observe over time, start to see how it shows up in your life. Just allow that little bit of strategy to come in to play so that you can also begin to take advantage and to use the gifts that are being given to us. The universe shows up in a very interesting way. And if we know how to pay attention, we know when to take the right movements and when to sit back. We know when to observe and when to take action. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. The first card up is the number 18. When in numerology we add the numbers together, we get the number 9. This is saying that there has been a completion of something, and now may be the best time for you to find some mentors. Find some people that could be good role models for you. Start to look around you. If you're starting a new business, go talk to people who are already doing what it is you'd like to do. Or start observing them. Start following them on social media. Start looking at, not stalking, but just start following them and looking to see what are they doing. What are they doing and what could I use? What could I gather from this and perhaps do it differently? And that can be your little secret to really propelling your business forward. Okay? So it's saying here, let's start off by looking around and seeing if we're looking at starting a new business, or you've just become a new parent, and or you've become, I'm hearing, you just got married. That it's start looking around to see who is a good role model for me to follow. I'm going to do it my way, but maybe I can pick up on some information that I don't have yet that can really help push me forward and might push me forward faster than if I went looking for the information, because you might not stumble up on it right away, whereas just having a conversation with someone can bring about an understanding. Okay? All right. And you can ask questions. It could bring about a whole new level. They might even say, you know what, I've observed in this area that this hasn't been tapped into. Is that something you're interested in? And even if you're not interested in it, at least you can start to see that there are possibilities available. The next card coming out is to choose how you're going to really show up and really be your authentic, innocent self. Now, when were you at your most innocent self? When you were a child. Well, inside of you, there is what is called in psychology an inner child. And it's that child that's waiting for you not only to recognize, but also to start to ask, what is it that you desire? You might be surprised if you meditate or you just take some time of silence or in prayer. You can always ask your inner child, what does it need more of? And the card says, start to do things that are fun, that you did as a child. Skip, gallop, hop around, jump, blow bubbles, draw with crayons, giggle for no reason. No whining. No whining at all. No putting yourself down when you're doing this. And start to look at how can you do things differently. I'll give you an idea. When COVID was first a conversation, and I hope I'm not triggering anyone, but when we first started talking about it here in the U.S., I started to notice that it was a lot of doom and gloom and a lot of sadness. And I thought, okay, how can I switch up this energy for myself? And every day I would listen to a comedian. Start to put protocols in place and come up with a strategy that works for you. Start to come up with a plan that works for you in whatever may be taking you out of your peace. So if, say, you have this goal, or I saw a lot on the internet of what is your word for the year? And my word for last year was peace. I was going to have peace and harmony, otherwise I don't need to be here any longer. And I've talked to God about it, the angels, my co-creators, my spiritual team. And I said, and you do the same with yours. And I said, you know what, if I cannot have peace in my life and harmony, show me what it looks like. Oh, I love that. I love the feeling of bliss. Okay, this is not possible in my life. I don't need to be here any longer. I need more peace in my life. I need more harmony in my life. And I heard, it's all up to you. So when we start looking at how can we shift things in our life, start to look at what can you do to shift things. Do you need to shift a mindset? Do you need to shift a way of doing things? Do you need to shift a perspective? Now, when you're shifting, When you're doing all of these things for yourself, the conversation that you're having isn't with all your friends and get on Zoom and do a Zoom call and all that, because it's going to be different for everyone. Start to look at, how can I make my life work in a way where I'm honoring my soul, where I am honoring my sovereignty. Almost bit my tongue trying to say that. And where I can honor myself. So when I go to bed at night, I'm feeling amazing. I can look back over the day and I can see the times where I felt really good. Why? Because I made a choice to go in a different direction. I made a choice not to focus on fear. I made a choice not to, and it wasn't one of shutting down and ruling out what was going on, but it's more one of, can you be in fear all the time and still have peace? No, you cannot. Those are two separate energies. Remember, we talked about there are two energies really in the world, love and fear. Which side do you want to be on? Loving yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Love yourself. Love on yourself. Love on yourself more. Because at the end of the day, if you can't love yourself, you're not ready for someone else to love you either. Okay? So keep that in mind. And as we're looking for mentors and we're starting to channel and reconnect with that innocence inside of us, the next message out is number 25, which reduces to a 7. Now, if we are doing our work, we have the possibility to bring more of 7 in our life. And the number 7 is all about manifestation. Now, manifestation can be positive. Manifestation can also have a very challenging tone. What are you bringing into your life? And this card says deceit. Based on the other cards in this, we are being called to watch where we're being deceived. Watch who's in our ear. Watch who's bringing their interpretation of a situation, I hear, to the forefront and saying, I'm not going to handle this. And they're getting all riled up and bringing more drama in, or their interpretation of a situation isn't accurate. Because I notice that when people are talking about a situation that occurs, they don't talk about what they did. They don't talk about their role. They don't talk about how off the chain they were when they, were going through this. They don't talk about it. And when they don't talk about it, that is when it becomes an issue for us in our own being. Because we're holding it in. We're holding it in. Allow yourself to shine. Allow yourself to come forward. Allow that beautiful part of you, that innocent part of you, that childlike part of you to come out. It's okay. And part of the reason that we don't show that innocent, happy-go-lucky side of ourselves is we were told as children, don't do that. Don't do that. Get serious about life. Well, if you're a grown-up, I think you've been very serious about life in some aspects. But start to look at if there's something going on around you that doesn't feel good. That's where you're being deceived. It may be intentional. It may not be. But start to look. Are you deceiving yourself? Are you deceiving yourself by thinking, oh, woe is me. Oh, I never get. Oh, I never. Because the universe takes us literally. Maybe shift your thinking to, everything always works out for me. I believe it will all work out. I am curious about, and then fill in the blanks with a positive sentence. These things don't have to be long, and here's the next thing that they're telling us to do. Card number 21 becomes a 3 when in numerology. 3 is all about mind, body, soul. I mentioned this earlier. It says, have a strategy. So when you're triggered, you already have a strategy written down somewhere. You can put it on your phone. You can have it in a journal, because this is showing a journal here. Start journaling. What strategy are you going to have in place when you find this mentor and you figure out what it is, the direction that you're going in? What is your intention? When you start to figure out, hey, my intention is to be the best hairdresser I can be. So what am I going to do? I'm going to look at the industry. I'm going to investigate the industry. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to see how I can do it and have a sense of fun. I'm not going to listen to all those other voices out there that are telling me I can't do it. Because why? I have a strategy in place already. And I can build on that strategy. Start to look at that and see. Sorry, I thought I had turned this thing off. Sorry. And it says, start to let go. Start to let go of what doesn't work anymore. If you've been doing the same old thing over and over and over and again, and it hasn't worked out, let it go. Because you're being called right now to release it. You're being called right now to look at it squarely in the face and say, you don't work anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. The message on the card is everything is indeed out of control. And the Creator will hold it all. I can really let go. So whatever chaos is going on around you, let it go. Let the angels, let your Creator, whatever name you call your Creator, God, the divine, the universe, whatever. Let the Supreme Being handle it. Because part of all of this is that we are paying attention and that we are going in the direction of what is for our best and highest good. Because when we're moving in the direction of what is for our best and highest good, we're growing. We're growing and things are working out for us and we're feeling better. Okay? So start to look at that and start to really see that it is going to be all right. It is going to work out. And things are working out for our best and highest good. Let me go ahead and look at this. An angel answers. Let's see, what's the angel answer? What do they want us to know? Starting off this new year of 2022, what is it that we really are going to look at? What is the message, angels? What is the message? They're also saying that it is time for us to take time and to really go within. And what's on the bottom? It says, look at the opportunities that are available to us. Start to look at the opportunities that are available to you. Like I said, if you're becoming a new business owner or you're looking to tweak something in your business, start following the people that are already doing well. Start looking to see where you can do it differently. Where can you do it with a sense of innocence, a sense of playfulness, a sense that brings you a sense of excitement and accomplishment? Because when you start to do that, remember, reaching out to a mentor, when we start to really tap into our innocence and we look around to see where things might not be in alignment with us, where people or the energy may not be in alignment with where we're going, and we start to really strategize how we can put things in alignment, how we can make things look more like it could to help us. And then ask ourselves, what do we need to let go of? When we do that and we look at the opportunities that are out there, what happens? Big, happy changes. So that's the weekly message for this week. Really start to get clear. What is it that you truly, truly, truly desire? What is your big dream? What is the big dream you have for your life? Dream big. Dream big. And don't write down what you don't want. Write down what it is you truly, truly, truly dream of. Do you dream of having a bigger home? Do you dream of owning a home? Do you dream of being in a community where there are, say you have young children, where there are other families with young children? Do you dream of having a business that really feeds your soul? You feel good about it. You can't wait to do it every single day. Start to look at where you can shift and where you can really strategize to bring about your dreams, because your dreams are important. Your dreams are important. If they weren't, they wouldn't have been put in you. All right? Okay, so that's it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and share this with someone who may need a really good uplifting moment. I look forward to the rest of this year. We have another 51 weeks, and it's going to be a magical year. And for some of us, it's going to be really full of big, happy changes. So let's get in the best possible position we can get in to make certain that we can take advantage of that. All right? Okay, so look forward to, I've got a couple of other readings I'm going to try out for the channel this week. And leave me comments and let me know how you feel about them. All right? And if they don't work, okay, then we'll move on. If they do work, let me know. I do respond when I see the comments, when YouTube lets them come through. They don't always show up. Sometimes it'll say I have 6 comments and I'll go look and there's nothing there. So don't feel like I'm ignoring you. All right? So we will have that as soon as the deck comes in. The last deck I'm waiting on, we'll have an unboxing. And I'll give some shout outs to some people who have sent in donations. And until that time, please take care of yourself and namaste.